You are watching WPTV, award-winning college television.
Welcome back to the desk. The NBA season has finally made its return, and here to tip it off is Andrew Ballistreri, Daniel Cruz, Rico Alcazar, and Bijan Pulley. Guys, the NBA season kicked off with the reigning champion Denver Nuggets taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Bijan, I'm sorry, but I need you to take us through this one.
Man, this was very tough to see as a Lakers fan. Very tough loss. As you see, we got the two-time MVP Nikola Jokic warming up there. Jokic going down to the post. LeBron coming with the double. Doesn't matter. Jokic just scores anyway because he's just that great. With the and one. Then you got AD getting the ball in the post, spins, backs down AD. Good finish over Jokic. As you see, just, Lakers' best player, supposed to be, right? Then you got KCP getting the loose ball, hitting Jamal Murray in the left corner for a shot from deep, and it goes in. Big momentum booster. Put the Nuggets up 9. Just, Troy, Gabe Vincent in the corner. KCP jumps the lane. KCP then goes on to dunk it with an emphatic finish. And then Christian Brown with the ball here, hitting the Jokic on the left wing. Just, what he can't do. What Nikola Jokic just can't do. Running the DHO with Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray getting the lane, pass it off to Gordon for the dunk. Then, as just very tough loss. Nikola Jokic is making it look easy. My glorious Ken just in defeat. But,
I can hear it in your voice, a bit of depression.
But I thought I was making it obvious.
But no, a really nice opening night win for the reigning NBA champions. But going back to you, Bijan, what do you think was the key to the Nuggets winning that one?
I mean, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray will get the headlines, but let's talk about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, a very efficient 20 points. And for a guy that is known for a great shooter from deep, he was able to get to the mid-range when defenders would close out, and it just felt like he never missed that pull-up mid once the defender closed out on his three-point shot.
Yeah, I mean, we saw at the end there that just finding the passing lane, taking it down, finishing on the basket. But Daniel, going over to you, what was the reason for the Nuggets winning this game?
I mean, to mention KCP getting buckets, you know what I mean? It's the role players need to step up, especially with Jeff Green and Bruce Brown being out, and that's what they're doing. And they play with an intensity. They're not okay with just being average. They want to get back to that championship, and they're playing like it. And it starts from your top guys. You got Jamal. He's no slump when it comes to defense. He's not the greatest defender, but he's going to do his best. And when you see your point guard going out there like that, it's going to make you play harder.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a 12-point win there. Going over to you, Rico, what do you think was the reason for that?
Someone we always write off, it seems like, Michael Porter Jr., his leap, that game was very present. He had a double-double, 12 points, 12 boards. Someone I compare him to is a more efficient Quentin Richardson. This is a guy that loved to shoot threes back in the 2000s. Michael Porter Jr. loves to shoot threes and on defense. So his improvement, they really need to depend on his improvement on defense this year without the Bruce Brown. And if the Nuggets want to repeat, it's really got to be on Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, and I mean, he finally swung the rock.
I know.
It happened. He got
2 assists.
He got two assists.
They call him the black hole.
And he never swings the rock.
Seriously. You could see the improvement. But, Bally, over to you.
I got to go. It's obvious, man. Anthony Davis, he had an awful second half. I mean, absolutely crushed it in the first half, had 17 points. And then in the second half, he ended up finishing with 17 points. A nice 0 in the score sheet there. And that's really, it's unacceptable. I mean, he's your first option at this point. LeBron James is 39 years old. He's only getting 30 minutes a game. And, even if he scores, 8 points, 10 points in that second half, they probably win that game. If not, it comes down to the last shot. It's unacceptable from AD.
Yeah, and I mean, we had 2 games on Tuesday night. I got to host 4-Point Play. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. We got to talk about those 2 games. The second game being the new-look Phoenix Suns taking on the new-look Golden State Warriors. Andrew Ballistreri, take us through this one.
Yeah, let's take a look at this game. The Warriors caught some trouble against the Suns. Kevin Durant made another return to Golden State. They honored him a little bit, had a nice little video package for him. But we will start this game off with Steph Curry coming up the lane on Josh Okogie. A nice little behind the back and 3, bang, bang. Steph Curry, he's still the GOAT there, but who's the real GOAT? Devin Booker with a headband on. You can't guard this guy. I mean, too easy for him on that one. He had a great game, and here's another D-Book highlight. Chris Paul guarding him out to KD for 3, time running down, and 1 on the 3 at the end of the first half. And then later on in the fourth quarter here, we got Kevin Durant going inside and a tough little bucket right there. I mean, I know I can't do that, but, you can't guard KD on that one. Here's Klay Thompson for 3. KD guarding him, and he hits that, ties the game up. Just under 9 minutes left. And right here, a pass from D-Book to Okogie. Back out to D-Book for 3. There he goes. to put them up by 4 with 4 minutes left in this game. And a missed three. Steph gets the rebound, puts up another one, and he hits that. They're only down 2 points with 30 seconds left. But here's D-Book, the pick and roll with Nurkic. Gonna dish it out. Beautiful roll and a beautiful bucket. Puts them up by 4 with 10 seconds to go. Suns win this one, 108 to 104.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start for the Suns. A slim margin win against one of the best teams in NBA history, those Golden State Warriors, historically so good. And that was even without their big offseason addition in Bradley Beal on the court. But Andrew Ballistreri, going back to you, what was the reasons for the Suns beating the Warriors in that one?
It absolutely has to be the Warriors. They shot really bad this game. You know, Steph and Kalei did not look good. 14 for 38 from the field, 7 for 25 from 3. That's less than 30% from 3. And Chris Paul, 0 for 6 from 3, just 4 for 15 from the field. And listen, man, it's one game. It's the first game of the season. You got to get those early season jitters out of the way. I'm not too worried about them. And they only lost by 4 points.
Yeah, slim margin there. But Rico, why do you think the Suns won this one?
You know, this win proved the bench depth is here. Despite struggles from Kevin Durant, bench players like Eric Gordon, Yuta Watanabe, you know, the Japanese home man, he had 8 points, and Eric Gordon with 10 points. There was a possession where Utah had a block, rebound, and 3, and all in 30 seconds. And then in that fourth quarter, you had Eric Gordon who forced the steal late in the fourth quarter to put them up 2. And also, Drew Eubanks. This guy, I don't care. Yes, the Suns tampered to get him. But he had 8 rebounds, dominating that small Chris Paul. Come on now. It's too easy for them.
Yeah, I mean, that bench, and there was concerns about it coming into the season because, you know, they make a big trade for Bradley Beal and they give up a lot, but they also got a lot in return with that 3-team trade with the Bucks and the Blazers. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the Suns do for the rest of the season. Daniel, why do you think the Suns ended up winning this one?
I mean, I'm a big defensive guy and effort, and I think, you know, the role players for the Suns, they put in some effort to stop. I mean, like Bally said, they shot 7 for 25 from 3 from the Warriors. Yeah, they're the number 1, number 2 team in threes over the last 10 years. I mean, these guys are different. So to hold them to 30% from 3 is insane. And how about this? They had 60 rebounds from the Suns to 49 from the Warriors. That's not a big margin, so to say. That's only 11 rebounds, but that's a margin nonetheless. And I think it's going to say a lot about the Warriors coming into the season because they're a small team. They're going to need a lot more from guys like Kuminga in terms of rebounding. Again, he's not the biggest guy, but they need that. They need that rebounding.
Yeah, and I mean, you always hear that the team that wins the rebound battle is going to win the game. And even with a slim margin like that, you saw it in the slim win there. Bijan, why do you think the Suns ended up winning this one?
Oh, I got to go with the guy, D-Book's playmaking. His playmaking down the stretch was incredible. He had multiple big-time assists working out the pick and roll. A couple of them led to open shots for deep for role players. And the last one we saw in the highlight call, he hit Nurkic perfectly on the roll for the and one layup that basically ended the game. Just masterful operation on the pick and roll, setting teammates for easier opportunities.
Yeah, and I mean, D-Book, someone that's known for his scoring, really showing out with his playmaking there in that game. But moving over just a little bit more to the east in the west, we've got Victor Wembanyama finally making his debut, his long-awaited debut for the San Antonio Spurs against the Mavericks on Wednesday. Bally, take us through his stats from this game.
Yeah, we'll take a look at Vic's stats from this one. Listen, man, the people are wild for Wemby in San Antonio, and he had a solid game. In 23 minutes, he had 15 points in this game, 5 rebounds, and he also had 5 fouls. It was a lot of foul trouble for Wemby in this game. And listen, I'm a little concerned because Derek Lively, also making his debut, kind of was saucing up Vic in the paint. Vic needs to bulk up a little bit, but I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not the debut we were all hoping to see, but he's still an extremely young player with a ton of time in the world to develop. And speaking of him developing, Daniel, what do you think is going to be the key to him developing in the future?
You know, we've seen videos of him doing things like the splits. I mean, the guy is flexible and he takes care of his body. And it seems like the Spurs are going to enhance that culture, that structure for him. And I think if he can keep himself healthy for a long amount of time and be consistent, I think he's going to have a great shot. I mean, he's an elite scorer already. Like, he has the mid-range, the 3. I know everybody's talking about the fouls, but he had 15 on 60% from the field and 3 for 5 from 3. For a guy that's 7'4", that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, really great efficiency there. And
Yes.
that's really all you want to see out of a rookie making his transition from, you know, the European French League over to the NBA. But Bijan, what's going to be the key for Victor Wembanyama going forward in his career?
In my opinion, the key is he has to learn how to use his size. Offensively, sometimes he has a guard on him, and he'll try to do stuff on the perimeter, when in reality, you should take that guy to the post. Then he has a big on him, and he tries to back him down, but he doesn't have the core strength yet. He should really take that big guy to perimeter and try to create from that area. And then on defense, he has to learn he doesn't have to jump at everything, which is a common problem for most big men. That still, it takes them a long time to, not to jump for everything. Wemby has just to learn. He has the size and length where you're just in the right spot, the right time, just know where you have to rotate to. You can just put your hands up and you're already altering the shot. Or with his case, he'll block without even having to jump at all.
Yeah. A bit like me in 2K. I would just spam Y at everything. But Rico, moving over to you, what is going to be the key to Wemby's success in the future?
Pop needs to realize it's not 1998 anymore. He's got to realize that Wemby needs to run the offense. He's used to having like a Tim Duncan, David Robinson guy that's always in the post, kicking it out to someone like Tony Parker, someone like Manu Ginobili, but he needs to let him run the offense. He has a big size. I saw a shot where Grant Williams, 6'8", he had a hand up. There was nothing to do for that contest. He made it instantly. And I think, lift the minute restriction, Pop. It's 2023. He's 19 years old. He's younger than me. Come on now. He's 19. He's in the NBA for a reason. There should be no reason he's checking out at the 6-minute mark. That's something for LeBron. And that's really it for me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to load manage a guy that young. I mean, you still want to take care of his body. But in this century, in this era, we've got teams that can do that with the technology and just the ever-developing, health-related things that they have. But it wouldn't be WP Sports Desk without some way too early predictions. So, Rico, starting with you, who do you think is going to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy at the end of the year?
Mark, the sun shines bright in June, and I got to put on my shades because downtown Phoenix is going to have a parade in 2024. Booker, Beal, KD, the best shot-creating trio since Barkley, KJ, and Marley in the 90s? Come on, I wasn't even alive for that. Again, the bench is so versatile. If you need defense, you throw in KBD, Eubanks, Goodwin. Offense, throw in Gordon, Grayson, or my guy, Utah Watanabe. Come on. They're going to win it all.
Hey, man. I mean, off to a great start. A 4-point win over the Warriors sets you on a good course to do that. Andrew Ballistreri, who do you think ends up hosting the Larry O'Brien?
Well, unfortunately, I left my pickaxe at home today. But give me those Denver Nuggets in this one. I can definitely see them going back-to-back. They looked really good against the Lakers. Jokic looks fine. He doesn't look like there's a championship hangover going there just yet. They might hit it at some point in this season, but I think they'll be all right. And listen, they lose a couple of guys this season, most notably, obviously, Bruce Brown. But listen, Mike Malone, is a great head coach. He'll be able to work past this. They'll be fine this year.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the role players already starting to blossom in roles that we figured that they were going to be. And Bijan, who do you think is hoisting it at the end of the year?
I got to go with the Milwaukee Bucks. Freak time. Giannis and Dame is just the perfect pairing of a duo. I think Chris Middleton, as Marc just said. And Chris Middleton, I think, is going to bounce back, having a full year recovered from that knee injury. I think Brooke Lopez is just coming off a Defensive Player of the Year candidate type season. I think Malik Beasley is going to be shooting way better than he did on the Lakers, which, of course, he will, because no shooter shoots good on the Lakers, right? And I think Marjan Beauchamp will take a big step. And now there is a question with the rookie head coach, but I think you just put Dame and Giannis together and you give them enough shooting. I think that's just enough to get a championship back to Milwaukee country.
Yeah, I'm liking the way it's looking over there in Wisconsin. Daniel, how about you? Close us out.
I don't have sunglasses, and I don't have a pickaxe. But I think me and Bijan.
Cheese?
Yeah, I think me and Bijan might have to go deer hunting over there, because I don't know how you can really guard Dame and Giannis. And I think, like you said, I mean, they can overcome that rookie head coach because these two guys are just incredible. And when you have someone, they kept Chris Middleton. They got to keep what is one of their closers in any given moment on the team, along with the Lopez brothers. Like they're very deep, a lot deeper than I thought they would be. So I don't see them losing to anyone but the Celtics in the East. Nope. If the Celtics get it together, but
Yeah, that remains to be seen. But with the NBA season starting, that means the MLB season is coming to a close. Daniel Karp and the guys will break down the World Series next on WP Sports Desk.